What a journey it has been. We look forward to season 4 of the channel's Book Club Literature Prize. Look out for that. The future belongs to the young. That's the reality that spurs on some to invest efforts in youth empowerment and remind us to make our own contributions. Enjoy this report.
Guests recently gathered at Civic Center Lagos to launch Beyond Rhetoric, a book published by Baywood Foundation, an organization focused on providing access to economic opportunities to vulnerable populations in Nigeria. It was founded by Chris and Pat Baywood Ibe, who are Nigerian entrepreneurs, social activists, and philanthropists.
So I'd like to thank everybody who made time to be here today. The title of this book has been chosen to reflect the departure of the authors working in tandem with Baywood Foundation from the all talk and no action approach to the challenges by the Nigerian youth. The Nigerian youth, as we know, is a circumstantial victim of numerous bads, ranging from joblessness to misery, and they are associated with examination malpractices, violence, HIV/AIDS, cultism, and sexual promiscuity. Worse still, they have no voice in decision-taking over things that concern them. That is why Baywood Continental has taken up this onerous task to make sure that their voices are heard.
In what turned out to be an insightful event, speakers shared their thoughts on the book.
The book comprises of 4 interconnected sections, 18 chapters, and 401 pages, excluding the preliminary pages, with chapters written by different authors. When I say different authors, knowledgeable, experts in their own field.
Beyond Rhetoric is a statement of castigation. It's a statement of correcting what is wrong. That means the rhetoric itself has not achieved the desired goal. So the whole thinking behind the book is that let's do something new, let's do something different.
I haven't read the book yet, and I wouldn't usurp the role of the book reviewer. But last night, scanning through the pages or the chapters of this book, I believe it's a very excellent book, rich in major debates and conversations around the role of youth in politics and development.
A challenge to our youth. Yes, the not too young to run bill has been passed. Yes, all the incentives have been provided, and yes, Beyond Rhetoric, which is a kind of push from the Baywood Foundation, has also been put on the table. But there's something left for you to do. You must take action.
So I had the privilege of having a copy of this book many weeks ago, and had a chance to read it. And it is really a blueprint that speaks to all the issues arising in this very important topic of youth empowerment and political voice. In the next 15 years, there are going to be more than 100 million more Nigerians. Just pause and think about that. More than 100 million more Nigerians in the next 15 years. All those are going to be youths, young people. So I think that by itself speaks to the power of our young people.
And the book was finally
unveiled.
unveiled.
It is my pleasure, under God, to unveil this wonderful piece of work that has been done for the welfare, for the empowerment of our youth, and for a better future for this country and for Africa, and in fact for the whole world. It is my pleasure to unveil this book, Beyond Rhetoric. And so I do so in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
As the population of youth in Nigeria continues to increase, addressing the issues affecting them becomes more imperative, and books like Beyond Rhetoric becomes even more significant.
It's amazing how fast Nigeria's youth population is growing. There is no better time to start paying close attention to youth empowerment. Finally, let's round up this episode with a report on celebrated writer Chimamanda Adichie. What has she been up to recently? Enjoy this.
She is one of the most critically acclaimed new generation African writers, and perhaps the most prominent of them. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, author of successful books like Purple Hibiscus, Half of a Yellow Sun, and Americana, has been on a mission not only to produce excellent literary works, but also to inspire and coach new writers. This she has been doing through an annual creative writing workshop on the platform of Purple Hibiscus Trust. At an event to mark the closing of the 2018 Creative Writing Workshop, which is in its 10th year, guests from within and outside the writing community in Nigeria and beyond gathered to experience the celebration of 10 years of providing a springboard for writers to launch their careers. The Purple Hibiscus Creative Writing Workshop 2018 had an array of impressive facilitators, exactly the type of talents needed to help Adichie fulfill her dream of providing learning tools to writers.
They read each other, they come and they stay for 10 days for the workshop, but after that, they become friends. It's a community of writers. They support one another. And then, of course, they constantly harass me to write recommendation letters for them. So that's what I spend all my time doing now.
Yet, unlike my fake rhyme that chimes like a wedding bell in a cemetery,
the evening typically had different art forms to enjoy.
You're probably wondering what the line was. So I'll tell you before I drop rhymes that are far worse. The line was this. There were two life forms, adrift in a city that had become a state by the force of Kalashnikovs. And that line was so sharp, it caught my eye like a shiny new razor, and so I bled onto that 14th page like I'm bleeding onto this stage. For Nigeria is 300 tribes held together by the force of guns, by the blood of women and little children. If you've noticed, I've stopped rhyming because nothing rhymes with October 7, except 1967.
The students of the latest creative writing workshop were recognized and celebrated.
Flora! So Flora is our sister from Kenya. Flora came from Nairobi to join us. Flora also is one person who moved us to tears in workshop because she writes with such vulnerability and a kind of beautiful fragility and a way in which we read her, we cry, and then we start to ask ourselves questions about ourselves. And it's a gift for a writer to be able to do that. And Flora is also just too gorgeous in the way that these East Africans... Flora, it was wonderful having you, really. And the way that the courage you had in taking things that were difficult and turning them into art, I thank you.
This is where we have to end the show today. As always, we'll be happy to get your feedback through any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. I am Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.